Right, we're on. So a grip hack, designed by Adam Scott, designed for the club golfer. I'm going to take this grip hack onto the golf course with me and see if I, an average golfer, can become a major champion, just like Adam Scott. Can't be that hard, can it? Right, we're on. Engage. Sounds a little bit crazy. This is going to be good stuff today. My name's Steve Johnston. Those flowers are lovely, aren't they? What does it involve? It happens. Let's make it tight and tough. Brutal. Technical? I don't think so. Look at the quality. Designed the packaging yourself. Pretty clean, eh? Two small things. Everybody on tour does it, but it's not that hard. I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be quite intense though. Can't be that hard, surely. So, this into this. Over the top pool. Missed the fairway left. 8 iron to get back into play, par 5. Okay, decent. So watch this little video of Adam Scott.
For those who've watched me play, I always
amazing.
set the left
I've got 109
hand
yards.
Like this. It was an easy way to keep it weak, and then I brought it in and around. For those who've watched me play, I always set the left hand and like this. It was an easy way to keep it weak, and then I brought it in and around.
Adam says there that it keeps it weak, so it keeps his left hand in a weaker position. So when he sets himself here, his left hand is in a weaker position, so that would be a stronger position turned away from target, a weaker position is turned towards target. Now what's the advantage of that? Well, the advantage of that for Adam Scott is, or for any golfer to be honest with you, is a flat lead wrist, which is an imperative of the golf swing. So if the lead wrist, I look at the grip that if I place one hand on the front of the grip and one hand on the aft of the grip, like so, that there is going to give me something that's pretty neutral. Joining, hands facing each other, grip the club, pretty neutral. I'm not too strong, I'm not too weak, but Adam Scott's feeling as though it's weak. Now think about Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson DeChambeau at impact has got quite a high handle because he swings on one plane, so he's more here, but the back of the left wrist is super flat. So a flat left wrist married up with the club face is going to square things up a lot easier. Now the flat left wrist, or that feeling, is a weak feeling. If you look at Bryson DeChambeau's grip, he's got thick grips. So when he grips the club, it looks like his left hand's in a weak position and not in a strong position, which is an illusion because of the thickness of the grip. But this weakness here, that looking or that feel or that perception of a weakness is going to square the face up. So if you feel as though from doing this that the hand's more supinated at impact or more turned that way like Adam Scott is, then it's going to square the face a lot easier. If you're here, strong at impact, you're really rolling this club face over, that can lead to all sorts of difficulties. Another thing with Adam Scott here is when he has this club in this position. Now the position he has it in is the leading edge of his club is in line with his toes. There, in line with his toes. So now when I take my grip, I grip the fingers, I wrap the fingers round, and here the fingers get wrapped around the back of the grip, and then I can place my thumb on top. Fingers wrapped around the back, thumb placed on top. Now when I lift it up, left wrist flat, or what Adam Scott perceives as weak, and club face square. And the weak grip, he may have been strong. It's what he feels as weak in relation to what is actually weak. But it's much easier to keep the club face square to target. So let's do this there. And gripping in the fingers is going to allow the club to release through impact. So I've got 109, just a baby wedge, holding the back of that left wrist to target now with my Adam Scott grip. It's on a great line. Yeah, just right. Am I a fan of adopting this sort of grip like Adam Scott? I get it, I totally get it. I couldn't adopt it all the time though. And I'll tell you why in just a second. yes, yes, yes. Birdie. Thanks, Adam. So I couldn't do it every time because for me, now this is just me personally, it feels too weak. It feels far too weak for me. I understand completely though, if Adam Scott's been stronger in the past and he wants to weaken his grip, I mean we're talking like half an inch too strong for Adam Scott, and he's trying to weaken his grip, and he's explaining there that that feels as though it's weaker. Now it's weaker for him, but for the average golfer it's a good position to be in, a really good position to be in. So if you're a club golfer and you want to improve your club face and the back of your left hand alignment to hit straighter golf shots, absolutely give this a go. Through all my coaching, most people grip the golf club too much in the palm of the hand. Okay, they have it too much down the middle of the hand here and not enough in the fingers. Adam Scott's lining his toes and the head of his club up there. He's then gripping it in the fingers. So if I turn around there, you can see it's completely in the fingers and then the hand gets placed on. It's gripped in the fingers and then the pad supports it. If I just hold that just now and let go, you can see that is purely fingers and then the pad sits on top. A lot of people are more in the palm there. It's not good. Also, there's a load of people who grip it far too strong. So effectively putting their hand on top of the club. Now there's so much release through impact. So many people who do this keep their right hand or trail hand underneath to try and keep the loft on and keep the face square, and it's this impact and there is no release because they've gripped that club far too strong. And strong, as we know, is away from target, turning the hand too far away from target. So for the club golfer, this is fantastic. For a beginner golfer, if I was to teach somebody from scratch, I would now adopt that. I would adopt that. I wouldn't grip it as far up as that though. So I'm there. As I'm doing this, I'm getting the back of the pad to match up with the club face. So the back of the pad of my Loft and Lie world class leather golf glove, check that out. I bring that up, and you can see how it matches club face. So this is flush with the club face. If I were strong, bring this up, club face is square. If I then put this nice and square, look, club face closes. So if you're new to the game or struggling with direction, give it a go, absolutely. There. As I say, it just feels a little bit too weak for me. And that is personal preference. The last shot, for example, the tee shot, I pulled it to the left because I feel as though with this I'm going to leave the club face open. So I fought against it. This time I'm not going to though. I'm going to fully commit to Adam Scott's grip. Okay, so the face, so it's fine. It's just up the right hand side of the fairway, it's on the fairway, but it's tailed just a touch, which because I feel as though for me, face slightly open. That's just me. Adam's doing what just helps Adam. You have to try. You have to experiment to find out as to whether it works for you. Remember, in golf, there's no right and wrong. Sorry, there's no right or wrong. There's fundamentals to adhere to, and a good grip is obviously one of them. But not everything's going to work for every player. We're built differently. We eat different diets. We've all got different lifestyles. Experimentation, that's golf. That's proper golf. So I actually ran out of fairway there by about 3 yards. But out down the right hand side of the fairway, Adam Scott's there. It's quite hard to get, I'm trying to choke down this one now, so I have to make sure I've choked down before I adopt the Adam Scott motion. There we go. Further down. I can feel how stable the face will be though. I feel more like Bryson than I do Adam. Okay, we're going to start birdie. Quite a slope to go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 feet up. It's alright. I guess I don't have to grip this like Adam Scott do. 18 feet. Ball's got dirt on it, sand on it, not even cleaned it. So unprofessional. That was good. That was good. What I do like is with the hand placement being so structured is how secure it feels. I really do feel as though I'm in more of an impact position at address. So I'm there, toes and club face lined up. None of this, so I'm there. Fingers, wrap hand on top, great. I feel there, it really is in the fingers. I feel as though I'm much more in a, where I'm going to be at impact, so it does feel quite pronounced there. And I like that. It's just going to take a bit for me to get used to that. So Adam Scott kind of stands behind there, doesn't he? He puts his tee in a lot straighter than that as well. There we go. He stands behind, gets himself set, and he walks round with his hand on there, places his club behind, does nothing with his grip, and he's set to go. And then from there he executes. Oh no, I've just smashed it down the middle of the fairway with a draw. God, I wish I hadn't done that. That one there felt, I wouldn't say that felt as though the grip was weaker. I felt as though, I actually felt, I don't know what I felt there, I actually felt as though it was maybe a little bit stronger than my normal grip. Maybe I just wrapped it a little bit further, but I feel as though I had badge, there's badge and leading edge and toes lined up. Of course I was doing it here, then I stepped on. Do you know, it definitely feels more in the fingers, that's what it is. Not necessarily stronger, but much more in the fingers. Definitely feels much more here and less up there. I mean, I'm not, when I take my normal grip there, I'm at the top of my fingers, but the Adam Scott's there, yeah, much more. I don't know, it just feels like it's cradled in the fingers a little bit more. That was good, I like that. So that drive was very, very good. I've left myself 134. Wow. I have only got even irons, look at that, wasn't much run on that. I only have my even irons with me now. A wedge is 140, this is 134. And 8 irons 160. I'm going to take a small 8 here and try and play a wee cutty one, and the reason for that is it's elevated. A full wedge at 140 in cold conditions, asking a huge amount. So that drive was really good. Adam Scott nailed it there. Now I think the reason for that, what I like about this is the structure of it all. So he's here, he steps in, puts himself in place and plays, but that is routine, it's structured every time. It's like EUREKA golf swing, you know, it's one way, it's that to that every time. And the structure's there. And I think that's what I like about it. What did I say, 134? Joe, I'm not even going to cut this, I'm just going to hit a really small 8. I'm going to make it club really short, so this is good test for me to get right down that grip, Adam Scott style. I'm not sure how close to have or what, you know, do I have it here? I feel as though just a stretched arm out there is pretty good. There, for a little EUREKA 8 iron, that's good, I like that. God, that is really structured. We're 2.5 holes in, I'm starting to like it, from a guy that didn't like it. There. Oh, it's all over it. Yeah, you know what though, don't you? Huge. Why did I hit that so hard? I came way down there. I took 3 inches off it and then smashed it. Still going 150. However, good to get a good strike, great drive away, very structured. It's highlighted to me that I need to, I'm structured in what I do with my practice strokes. I'm always rehearsing what's going to happen. Then I step on and try and repeat that. I don't have practice strokes that are different from the shot I'm going to play. So on the practice stroke there, I was at the bottom of the grip, Adam Scott style, and it was structured, and I like that about it. I think it's highlighted to me that going forward, my hand placement on the grip, which is pretty good, I feel. Maybe just using these 3 pressure points and just thinking about that a little bit more, I could hit the ball as well as that. Right, we're way through the back of the green. I'm just going to test something here. So that ball landed there. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. That ball's landed 25 yards past the distance I was going for. I'd about 134, 132. So that's almost 165, 170, 160. Sorry, 132 plus 25, 157, and I said my 8-iron carries 160. So I've gripped down the club by about 4 inches and it's still carried 160. And I've always thought that, you know, I've said that before, that if you grip down the club, it doesn't make difference. It should make a difference with the distance the ball goes because of the radius. So the club head's closer to the body, so therefore it's swinging slower. Don't know, guys on tour have got 43.5-inch drivers, hit them miles compared to 46 off the rack, you know. So I'm from now on, I'm going to play a cut or take loads off distance wise. But like, you look at the 1-length iron, you know, my 4-iron, 5-iron and 6-iron for a long time were the same distance, same length. Had everything 6-iron length from above there. My 2-iron's the same length as my 4-iron, and my 2-iron goes way past my 4-iron. Crazy. Crazy. Right, back to Adam. Come on, Adam. Let's get up and down here. And we've got one more hole to play after this. So it feels great on short game. It feels like that club face that is going to do nothing. I don't know what he does for a flop shot though. Keep going, keep going. Too much loft. Pitch and wedge would have been great. Took a wee 54. I think there, if I'd used my grip, which would be a little bit stronger, I would have got a bit more of a sort of full roll to take some loft off it through impact and get it to run out more. But that's not what we're here to do today. 1, 2, 3, 9 feet. 9 feet, Adam Scott style. Aim point, not a fan. Plumb bob, huge fan. Same thing, wasn't it? Oh, oh. Right, it's getting dark, it's getting cold. It's always been cold. Curved it a touch. So what's the conclusion? Well, the conclusion is simple. It puts lots of structure into your golf swing, certainly for me, so everyone's going to find something different. I feel more structured, which is a good thing. Don't feel as though it helped much with short game, but I don't know if Adam does that in short game. But it will ask the body to work more in short game because you're going to be less feely. For the club golfer though, I think it's going to really help them. Beginner golfer, really help them. And the reason for that is because we're taking that club away from the palm of the hand. We're also taking the club away from too strong a grip with that lead hand. And when I say too strong, I mean wrapped too far around the golf club. So I recommend you try it. Give it a go. I'm level par, Adam Scott style. I'm about to birdie this hole before we finish. Are you ready? So from the left rough, left myself 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. It's either a big 54 or a little wedge. Now the little wedge we know is going to be a soft wedge and not gripping down. The lie's decent, so I'm going to hit a soft wedge. 1, 2, 2. Wedge goes 140. We'll take some off this. Smooth wedge 1, 2, 2. I've leaked it a touch to the right. It might be big as well. Ooh. Oh, what? Oof. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that Adam's got insight into his grip hack has helped you out. Give it a try. Leave comments below, let me know how you get on. Check out loftandlie.co.uk, that's my golf glove brand. Unbelievable scenes on that website. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.